Live in Waikiki on the Hawaiian Island of Oahu. We are across the street from Waikiki Market. We are on Kuhio Street, really well known for hotels and restaurants and shops. It's the secondary most popular street probably in Waikiki, I would imagine, next to Kalakaua, which is to my right. We went a little bit early today, but thanks for joining. If this is your return visit, you know what's going on. If this is your first stream, we are going to Hawaii. We are primarily a Facebook page and group, but on YouTube we are expanding. We do live streams, hiking, activities, tours, restaurant reviews, hotel reviews, just overall cool chats and live streams. Today, we are going to go to Diamondhead Loop. Actually, we're going to go do the Diamondhead Loop, which is walking around the base of Diamondhead. And we're going to go the KCC Market, KCC Farmers Market route. And if you ever wanted to go to the KCC Farmers Market and walk there, from Waikiki, this is the route you would take. This is the most direct and efficient route. And as we always recommend, if you are going to do the Diamondhead hike on a Saturday morning and then go to the KCC Farmers Market afterwards, this is also the route you take. Or if you're just going to walk from Waikiki to Diamondhead to do the hike any day, this is the route you would take. And I'm going to take you right up to the entrance of the Diamondhead Regional Park. Un momentos. How are the visuals? The audio is good, I assume. Haven't seen any comments to the contrary. There's the Pacific Monarch, popular hotel. Hello, Kelly and Angela and Kelly. Nighthawk, how are you? This place is called the Maguro Spot. Super popular. It used to be Maguro Brothers until they moved over to the Asian food court. Very, very popular. Usually a line out front. Aloha, Virginia and Lisa Tashan. I assume some of you have already seen the text where I posted about Banh Mi Street Cafe being closed. It says temporarily closed, so I'm hopeful that it's temporary, but for some reason it looks pretty permanent. I'll show it to you. It's right up here. This is Blue Ocean. I'm sure you guys have seen that popular spot. Maybe you visited it. Here's the other small food truck compound over here. A couple really good places. The Thai tacos is really good. That Angry Shrimp place right there is really good. And this is it. It doesn't look good, does it? They usually have their seats out here. Their sign, yeah, it's done. Look, all their signs are down and everything. Look inside there. Yeah, doggone it. Yeah, look, all the signs are down except for those that are pasted to the window itself. Their counter's empty, the chairs are put away. That does it. First it was Pies Deli, then it was this place. I'm not taking Wendy to any new places to try out. How's the wind? Let me make a little adjustment here for the wind. Here, let me take an extra minute and do this right. All right, that should be a lot better for the wind. How's that, guys? Man, it is windy today. God dang it. Aloha Hope and Valentini. Man, this wind is something else. If it doesn't change, we may have changed routes. Because it will be cranking over by Diamondhead. Aloha, Mary Kay and Shane, good to see you. Mara number 5. Yeah, it's more than a pretty windy. It's very windy. We'll see how it gets up here. That's the Marriott, and that's Kalakaua, right down there, the beachfront road you all are very familiar with. Aloha, Lance. Aloha, Cat Roy. Glad you could join us. We went up a little early. I was ready to roll early. So just a quick programming change. It won't impact many of you. But the Sean Calipone Let's Eat episode is not this Friday. It's been moved to next Wednesday at 1 o'clock on our normal Hawaii travel talk time, but this is a Let's Eat. So it'll be next Wednesday, and I'll update, or if Terry hasn't already done so, we'll update the event. So you all, if you've already scheduled, if you've already indicated that you're going, there's nothing for you to do. It'll automatically update on your calendar the new date, which is next Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Hello, Lance. Look at you coming through. I appreciate that, my friend. Very nice of you. Not needed, but very much appreciated. He'll go to a good cause. $2.99 Aussie. I like that. It's your live streaming gratuity. I appreciate it. It'll add up over time. Yes, please up. I'm not sure what you mean. They're looking forward to that travel talk. Yep. Well, that's the one with Sean is a Let's Eat, and the one with Wade is this weekend, this Wednesday. That's a travel talk. That'll be an interview. And I want to talk with Sean, and we may do. What I'd like to do is I'd like to do a Let's Eat episode that, like the regular 20-30 minute Let's Eat. I think that's probably going to run longer just because it's he and I, together, and I'm sure with both of us, we're going to talk more than 30 minutes. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to end it and then go to maybe a different location in that same area, but very close, and do a Hawaii travel talk, because the audio in the last one that we did with him, it really impeded the distribution of his interview, and I think we could have done a better job. There's just some echo issues, and when we do them in person, they're perfect, like we did with Stephanie's. You guys really liked that one. That did really well. We're doing it at a restaurant, a Hawaiian restaurant, popular Hawaiian restaurant over in Kaneohe, next Wednesday. I think I'm going to have to bail on this coffee, man, because it's just, look at that. I dumped it on myself and pushed it. So just to give you your bearings, that road right down there is Kalakaua running this way, and this is Kapahulu. Kapahulu runs all the way to the freeway and past, and we're going to take this up to the Alawai and take a right to Montserrat, and then take a left, and that'll wrap us around to the Diamondhead, which is right there. Or that's all Diamondhead, but that reserve park area is where we're going. Yeah, he speaks highly. Sean speaks highly of this restaurant. I think he's been going there since he was like a little kid. And that's the Honolulu Zoo, or the animal prison. Well, this is for the birds. Yeah, make sure you guys like and share. I was looking at our analytics today. Our like and share stream. I mean, our like ratio is very, very high. Share's not so high. But I think that's not because you guys are doing it. I think it's because the limitations they put on the sharing. It's good. We're all good. We're good. What's that about October? Thanks for Dan will be asking Wade questions about Janet and October group. Okay. Aloha, J-Dog. How are you? Are you guys planning to do something with Wade for the October group? Thanks again, Lance. I know that's mighty kind of you. This is all this entire block that we're going to walk up to here, and when we take a right, that entire block will be the kind of the backside footprint of the Honolulu Zoo. All these are the backsides of their exhibits and maintenance sheds and things like that. But there will be some, I think we see llamas and giraffes. Isn't that right? We usually see that, giraffes and llamas. Of home teams, right? Hey, aloha, Aussie nightmare. Boy, these Aussies are putting on you, North Americans, and or the Americans and Canadians and elsewhere. You know, you can put a question in there, Leanne, if there's a specific question. Yeah, especially, I mean, I try to be pretty good about answering, but if there's a question that you want to ask or a statement or whatever, you can also put it in that super chat too. Happy to do it. If you wanted to walk to Leonard's or Rainbow Drive-In or Safeway or any number of the restaurants up that area, that's straight up Kapahulu right here. And this road that we're coming into is the Alawai. That's the Alawai that goes one way through Diamondhead right along the Alawai Canal. It turns into a different name right here. I don't know what it is. This street, I always call it the Alawai. Everybody knows what you're talking about when you say it. Well, where'd you guys get that hair? Your hair dye done. Walking up on me like I don't have anything to eat. I wish I did. I always say I'm going to bring you guys some food, but I don't. I really do need to. Your feathers look pretty today, or handsome today. So we're going to go to Diamondhead Loop. Again, what I said at the beginning is we're going to walk. This is the route you would take if you were in Waikiki and wanted to walk to do the Diamondhead hike up the Diamondhead crater. This is the most direct way to get there. Wow, look at you. Yeah, there's pluses and minuses to YouTube and Facebook for sure. Well, Dale's not taking it sitting down, is he? Thank you, Dale. Very kind of you. Look at this dog. Much appreciated, my friend. And I'll even give you a heart. Oh, I missed giving that today. What's up? That dog walks so, like he's so happy. Dale, are you coming out in October? Here's the exhibits. I'll see if I can see any animals through there. I think it's up here a little bit further around where this little bend is where the giraffes, you can see them sticking their heads up. Or I guess they don't stick them up, they're already up, right? I started my fast yesterday, so I'm drinking this completely all black coffee again. Man, it's a shock to the system when you're not drinking that every day. What's up, fella boy? Well, look, how come your legs are so pink? Oh, sorry. It's like a bird sanctuary place. I think it's right in here. I think they're right over on this side over here, the giraffe. There they are. Can you see them? Hey, giraffe, what's up? I would let you out if I could. I know that's horrible that they have you in there. It's terrible. Here, maybe you can see them a little more. Look at his face. What's up, fella? He's looking at me like, what is that? I'm holding my arm up. Looks like a little giraffe, don't I? It breaks my heart to see that. I really, 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 really don't like it. Oh, wow, now you can see even more of them. You can see his whole body. Look at that. You can only like the view once per account, but you can share it, comment. Comments are really good. After the stream, when the stream ends and you guys comment afterwards, that does a lot to kick it up in the algorithms. That helps out. But just doing what you're doing is fine too. Look at Mama's got 2 little babies in a hole back behind her. All right, I'll stop looking. Yeah, they may not survive, but they would live. I'd rather live 8 years and getting eaten by a lion than to spend 30 in captivity. They're all going to die. They're all going to die a horrible death. That's why the lions, the big, beautiful male lions that kill everything and lead their pack and their pride, and they live a proud life, but they die a horrible death, man. Unless they're shot, then it's quick, but otherwise it's slow and painful. I wonder what they would do if given the choice. I don't know if they have those personality traits or not. There may be a couple giraffes going, heck no, man, I like this. I get a massage, I get a dentist every week, I don't have to hunt for my food, I don't have to walk. So this is Montserrat. Pocky, I should remember that name. So this is Pocky. That's this tree line street here. Pocky, P-A-K-I, Pocky. And this is Montserrat. So yesterday, if you're on the live stream, we did the art on the fence right down there. This road runs right into Kalakaua, and art on the fence is right on the right-hand side, way down that walkway. And there's Diamondhead right there. And we could go down that street and go around the front side of Diamondhead Loop. But we're going to go down this street and go around the back side. That's a really popular park area right there where they do football practice for young kids. Look at this. This is towards the end of the blue line. Blue line trolley right there. They look loaded up, don't they?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? If I didn't know better, I thought he said La Raza, but I know he didn't. La Raza. Yeah, I get it. Isn't that cool to see those kids? The only thing that's running through their mind right now is getting on the slide next, kicking that ball next, beating the hell out of the next kid next. That's all they're worried about. The most important thing in the world to them. There are a number of really nice eating places if you want to get outside of Waikiki and not go as far as Kaimuki, which is not that much farther than where we're going to be going. But this place right here, Bogies or Bogarts, is really popular right there. Bogarts Cafe. I've not actually eaten there. I've been there with Wendy when she has, and the food just looked really, really good. And it is always busy. Always busy. Pioneer Saloon, you guys have seen this on Instagram a bunch. It's very popular breakfast coffee place. I didn't know they, oh, you know what? I think I do know. Look, the green light stops. I guess it does stop here at Pioneer. Huh, interesting. Certainly looks like they do, doesn't it? Mores. Look at this side view of Diamondhead. Isn't that beautiful? Look how lush and green it is. This is another very popular on the weekends. Busy, busy, busy. Weekdays probably, it doesn't look like it's as busy, but it's such a really popular breakfast spot. This place, South Shore, as well. Sandwich, kind of a deli type restaurant. This one, ARS Cafe. And probably the spot so many of you know up here on the left hand side is Diamondhead Grill. Man, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this coffee. Spilling it, moving. I need a gimbal for my coffee, right? Oh, John Schneider is, where did I see him? He was on, he did something else. He was on something else recently. I've seen him on like 3 or 4 things recently. John Schneider from Dukes of Hazzard fame. Here's Diamondhead Grill. Kind of unobstructed view, a little bit of Diamondhead. That sign drives me crazy. I shouldn't even be aware of it, but it keeps me awake at night. So you can go inside and have their like more of a full service experience, but you can order right through here. As a matter of fact, I've only ordered once through there. I've ordered like all the rest of the times through here. Gosh, they're pork ribs, they're gosh, I can't even think what else is over there, but it's really good. Oh, the scones, that's what Cassie Vegas, I think Janet, they mentioned it too. They like the scones there. But that's oh, he has a restaurant here or no? Is that what you got? I'm sorry, I'm just picking up bits and pieces. You got to be kidding me. Can I go that way? Thanks, man. That used to be the coffee bean and tea leaf spot. I didn't notice how much gas was. Did you guys see? Let's check it out. How does it compare? How does it compare? It's $4.39 for regular fuel. They usually have umbrellas out front, which is very colorful. I'm sure they pulled it down because of the wind. It's still windy. I haven't seen my friend who sits here sometimes. She used to love Lucille. Never knew my name. Told her probably 200 times. She knew Lucille's name. Oh, beautiful Lucille, how are you? She always had like nuts or figs to try to get Lucille to eat. I go, nah, she can't eat that. Oh, Lucille, Lucille. I like taking this walk as a just kind of a mix-up in what we normally do about, you know, beaches and hotels, and you know, it's not super rural at all, but it's I just like to see the houses. You can tell which ones are brand new or older or original, you know. Is that right? Cheryl V. Valentini says there's 11,000 homes without power. Why is that? I got to get rid of this coffee. I'm spilling it. I look like a, I don't want to say, but I have coffee spilled all over the front of me. It's like I'm drinking it and riding a pogo stick at the same time. There. Unencumbered. Now we can hump up the hill. Oh, the wind. Wow. When I used to not do as many live streams, and even before live streams, I'd walk to Kaimuki from Waikiki, and I'd always take a different direction. And there was this old, I shouldn't say it like that. Now I almost don't even want to tell you the story. Look at that. What a beautiful view. An old Asian lady, and she was always out in her yard. Always, and she had a little bucket, not a chair, but a bucket she'd sit on, and a bucket in front of it she'd pull weeds. And her yard was not unmanageable. I mean, it was this tiny yard, small yard, but she was doing all day, every time. I mean, I didn't walk by there every day, but every day I walked by, she was pulling her weeds. And I don't think it was just luck. I just think I just saw her every day that she was out there, you know. And or she'd be sitting there, and after doing it, she'd be listening to old Hawaiian music on a radio. And I just stopped with her one time because she couldn't see very well, but she connected with Lucille because I walked down there. I said, "How are you doing, ma'am?" Just started talking with her, you know. And she came over to the fence, didn't say anything. She was chewing on her sandwich, and I just said, "Hello, how are you doing today?" I said, "It's lovely music. I see you work on your yard all the time." She didn't say anything. I thought she was going to come over and either hit me or spit on me or something. She came right over the fence, just opened the gate and turned around and walked back. So I stepped in, I shut the gate, and she just kind of put her hand out like that. And so I didn't hand her Lucille, I was just holding Lucille there. She starts talking to her and petting on her and all that kind of stuff. She offered me part of her sandwich, and gosh, I can't remember her name. I'd like to go back, and I haven't been over there in a year. But I sat there, we talked for probably 30, 45 minutes. She says, you're so hot. She goes, "Let me get you some water." I said, no, I'm fine. I'm good. She goes, "Let me make you a sandwich." I just thought that was so sweet of her. I don't know why I told you that, but it just kind of brought up the thought of these houses that are back over in this area a little bit. More towards that way to Kaimuki. Yeah, Lucille sat on her. She said she had a blanket. That lady had a little blanket, or a towel, I should say. Not a blanket, a towel on her lap. And she sat there, just put her hands on her. They just bonded a little bit. Then when I go by, I'm not complaining, but then when I go by, she'd see me enough, she'd just wave, and if she was bed down getting her weeds, she wouldn't see me, but if she was sitting up, she would see me, she'd wave, she'd go like this, to bring her Lucille, so I'd open the gate. She only opened the gate for me once, that lazy sucker. She wouldn't get off the chair, she'd say, come here, come here. And so I had to open up the gate and go in. I want to go over there one day this week and see Oni. Yeah, I've been lucky about that. I've met a couple of people like that. I met a father and his son on the side of the road up by North Shore, and then that older lady I've told that story about in that sea glass and art gallery shop. This area is usually loaded with chickens. You can tell they've been here, but I don't see many. Oh, well, there they are. What's up, chickens? No work today? All right. There's still not very many chickens. A wider view. YouTube doesn't let me get that wider view until the stream has been going for a while and it gets a little bit of the content codec going. Backside of Diamondhead. There are my chicken friends. Now you guys are showing out. Some people who are crybabies cry about this part of the hike. It's not hard. If it sounds like I'm breathing hard, it's because I am. It's not difficult. It's just I'm walking, at a pretty good clip. You don't have to walk that far or this fast. You can walk slow, walk at your own pace. But I'm assuming if you're going to come over here to hike up Diamondhead, you're in a decent enough mobility shape to do this. It's really difficult to tell. The grade is not. It's kind of probably like that, I would say. Not difficult at all. But some people still whine and about it. Oh, I had a friend of mine, my very best friend, known him almost all my life. He made the grave mistake talking about steps and hiking, and we never really talked about it that much. The friend of mine in La Jolla, that's the guy that we had that competition with. We talked about hiking all the time and had hiking competitions, and I'd cook that fool every time. So this friend of mine, he may come on the streams one time, but he made the grave mistake of saying, yeah man, I'm really getting into shape now. I'm down to like 210 and been doing a lot of steps, but he said he has two bad knees. One he's had repaired like 2 or 3 times from like young kid to even more recent. And he's like, yeah, man. He showed me his steps, and he was doing like, I'm doing like that every day. I looked at his steps and I said, what is that? Just 2.5, like 2.5 miles. So look at the backside of Diamondhead. Isn't this beautiful? And they have this, it's a very rustic kind of a park. Ruger, I think this is called Fort Ruger. Is that right? I think this whole area right along here is Fort Ruger, right along here. And they have a walkway going all the way down to where I started, kind of coming up that hill right before the residence. And this walkway goes all the way here to the very end of the park area. I'll show you where that is. And this is KCC, or Kapiolani Community College. And on Saturday, 7:30 I believe to 11, or 7:30 to 11:30 something. It's some obscure hours. I don't know why they don't open up longer. But this is where they have the farmers market right here. This is a new area. And they moved it for some reason. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of the angle. But it's not like they added a lot of people. They didn't add more vendors. It didn't seem like to me the last several times I've come. But this is a great area to have it because the bus stops here. The trolley stops here. There's a bus stop over here. And if you're going to Diamondhead, I'm going to exactly where you walk. You can walk on that side or this side right here. But this is the KCC Farmers Market location. When you hear us talk about it, we don't articulate the whole name each time. So KCC, that's what it stands for. Yeah, so that fool laid down a screenshot on me. He said, yeah. Now you have to remember, we're like best friends. We're like brothers, really, really like brothers. So if I call him an absolute idiot, I mean it. So he says, yeah, man, check it out. He did like, you got to remember, I've got bad knees and stuff like that. And I felt kind of bad for about 30 seconds. And I hung a couple days on him. I go, dude, you're adorable. I said, 2.5 miles. I said other things too, but that I'm not going to say here. I said, you're adorable. And I hung a couple of 14 and 16 milers on him. And he says, well, yeah, well, what'd you do for that month then? I did like 85. I said 230 some. I said, look at the dates I took off, you sucker. So I said, let's do a bet. So we've got a bet going for the most steps in February. I'll have him beat by the 10th, but we're still going to do it. If it'll help get him out. We are super competitive against each other, but he kicked the wrong pig. Not today, Satan. You know, there are some settings that you can do that are specific to iPad for YouTube. If you just go into settings on the device that you're using, there's certain things you could do. Like you should be, and I don't know this, so don't listen to me, but I would go into settings. There has to be a way that you can still highlight someone's name with just, I think we've already confirmed, haven't we, that everybody can just type in the @ sign in someone's name and it highlights it. So you could put like @Janet and it'll pull her name up and you can say, hello, Janet, and it'll be highlighted for her. That I know you can do. I'm certain you could do it on an iPhone or a Android. That may not be the case. I know you could do it on a laptop, so. Not on iPad. Okay, well, you guys know iPads better than I do. So we're coming up on the entrance. This is where you'd go in right here if you're on that side of the street, of course, or cross the street up here. And if you see that taxi that's going up there around that corner, they're going up and around. And the tunnel is from about right here to about right there. And then you go into the actual crater itself. Well, you'll get stopped on the way in. You get stopped by the ticket booth guy. Ask for your reservation. This is the second bus stop. There's another bus stop that takes you right to the very front of Diamondhead. And this is that's a little Flintstones gym right there. Body weight gym. So how long have we been on? How long has the stream been on? We've been on about 45 minutes exactly, 44:57 exactly. And I stopped a couple times, didn't I? We kind of meandered. We looked at the giraffes a little bit. So if you say an hour, you could just take your time. Because I walked from Target or what, Waikiki Market to here in, let's say, an hour. You know, that's if you don't take time to stop and rest and all that stuff. And, you know, this is a great, I'm telling you, I know I say this all the time, but there may be one or two people who haven't heard it. Taking the hike from Waikiki to go up Diamond Head for the first viewing, which I think is 6:30. I think it's 6:30. Go up to the top, come down here on a Saturday, then go over there and eat at Pig and the Lady or any of the other wonderful food vendors they have. But that's it right there, Diamond Head State Monument. What does it say? Online reservations, Hawaii residents free with valid Hawaii ID. Yeah, so there you go. Or go if it's a day that you know you're that's not Saturday, if you're not into the farmers market, you can walk back to Bogart's or any number of places. And then if you're feeling really, not really, if you're feeling a little bit more energetic, is this 18th? Shoot, the street sign's down. Oh, it's 12th. Yeah, 12th. You remember we went up to 18th like a dummy last time I came here with Lucille? So 12th is the street you want to come. So the street right after Diamond Head, just come down here, take a left and go right into Kaimuki there, and you have a bunch of different cool restaurants that you could go to. I mean, there's boarded up burgers, there's that new Japanese burger place, there's Pig and the Lady, Boston Pizza, Koa Pancake House, Cocoa Head Cafe, or I think it's just Cocoa Cafe. And it's up there. Do you see those red tile roofs right there? Red tile roofs, just up there a couple, that's maybe a mile and a half at the most. It's an incline, but it's nothing. But it's right up there. You do not want to go up to 18th Street and come up because there's a steep hill up there that I was embarrassed that I was humping up that thing, man. It was. Of course, I was carrying a big old fat dog and a water vest, and, you know. But still, you want to go on 12th Street. You plan on walking 20 to 25,000? When you're here or right now? Oh, this right here, yeah. This is going to give you, oh my goodness, this is like this is about, man, I used to know, and now that I start thinking about it, I can't remember the number. I think it's maybe 12,000 steps. It's 6 miles. Well, from International Marketplace, this loop, without doing anything else, it's like 6 miles. 5.4 to 6 miles. Then of course if you go down the walk and back up or go to Cromwell's, it just adds to it. Isn't that, let me see if I can see the view. Show you the view, the best view right through here, maybe through this grass a little bit. So that pole's kind of in the way, but that's it's a pretty straight, clear view. You guys know what all that is over there, right? Zoom in a little bit. You usually walk 20 to 25,000 steps from here. That's excellent. That's Hawaii Kai. That's Cocoa Head. That's Hanauma Bay Ridge. I want to do Hanauma Bay Ridge here real soon. So this is the walkway here. It's This is all Ruger, Fort Ruger. So this is the walkway, goes back behind here. You can see someone walking there. It looks a little bit kind of desolate, maybe not, you know, maybe robby stabby. It's not though. It's pretty wide open up there. But then it stops over in this area. Then you need to jump down onto the sidewalk and go. But you get, you know, even though this is a kind of an ugly residential house only, no ocean really, kind of a hike, you get to see this part of this side of Oahu that you don't normally get to see unless you're driving over there, you know. It's just a beautiful area over there. That's where the front of this mountain right here, where Hanauma Bay Ridge is, it goes down just like that. That's where China Walls and Spitting Cave is. Right on the other side and around the corner is Makapu'u Lighthouse. And then Sea Life Animal Park about 2 more miles from that area. Blue Line takes you right to it, of course. The Blowhole, Eternity Beach. That's really the route. What we're looking at right here is the Blue Line route over there pretty much. And then Coco Marina is over there as well. The studio's right down here too, where they've done a lot of it. They've shot a lot of interiors for Hawaii 5.0 and CSI Hawaii, Magnum PI, on and on and on. So said the other day when we met him, we were out and they said, yeah, I watch you on my TV, but I watch you with my headphones. And my husband would come in and there was just a shot of, like, you know, we're walking along. He'd say, what are you watching? She says, oh, I was watching Tony. He's walking around Hawaii. He goes, is that all that guy does is walk around? He's always walking around the beach. He's always walking. I guess her husband got hooked after that, but she said that he'd just walk by and he'd just see a wide screen of Hawaii or ocean or houses or hotels or, you know. I guess if you're watching the TV and someone walks in and you have some moron on the TV talking about, well, you know, the chickens do this and the ducks do that, and a marine biologist and a linguist, you know. I'm sure you'd have some explaining to do. Or if you listen to it at work on your phone. Walking up here kind of makes me sad. Little melancholy. Actually, right here makes me feel sad because I busted my face right open on that sidewalk. I went down like a clown right there one day. I mean, just face plant. Boom. Canes, man. Those to me are the best ones, Canes. It's going to be based on your foot. No, it was right here. This is where it was. That's where it was. Yeah, I hit it, man, right there. I had Lucille with me. That's when she was walking, so she thought it was hilarious. I wasn't holding her. She was walking beside me. This is where that adult rehab center is for mentally challenged. They've been out there before so many times. I haven't seen them the last several times they come out. And they would sit there waiting for the bus to come, and a few times I had Lucille with me, they just lose their minds about, oh my God, look, it's a dog. I've tried, what's the other one? It's Keens and Merrill. Merrills are right up there with Keens. I mean, if I can't get Keens, I'll get Merrills. It's no problem. But I've got big wide feet. But man, I could put a beating on these shoes for a while. How's the audio? Is the audio not too muffled? And the wind is kind of a compromise. It's a compromise with being muffled maybe a little bit, but no wind. Now we're coming up on a little bit nicer area. You're going to see a little bit of ocean, or actually a lot of ocean. And this is the place where the Diamondhead Loop interacts with Kahala Resort. Kahala Resort's going that way. We need to do that walk again soon. Did you guys like that? I know that one could be really boring because it's 4 miles of just nice houses, but we cut into the beach, those little beach walks along the way. I think those are just spectacular. Video's a bit blurry. How blurry? Once we get past the loops, we'll stay in the stream, and I'll go on to Facebook. How's that? After we get to the top, I'll take you with YouTube up to the top to the first lookout, and it cuts out after that. But then I'll switch over to Facebook. It'll just be maybe 10 minutes, and I'll hump it down that hill. I have no good factual reason to believe this, but I think this is what, and I keep using that term battery. I don't think that's the right term either. But if you look here and at the other entrance to this Diamondhead Loop, a battalion, not a battery, a battalion, that this was like maybe a crosswalk type thing, because there's a concrete kind of a cut in over here, and it looks like this may have been like a little office or something, like a security office. I don't know. What do you guys think? And there's another one over there right as you come into Diamondhead. So I'm quite certain they had this closed off at some point, because that was, military focused. Try leaving and coming back, because I've always been on widescreen. Oh, you mean when I went to... Huh, maybe that's it. Let me try something. Maybe you just said something here. Let me let that kind of settle in a little bit. You may have just stumbled onto something, whoever said that. Because when I'm taking in widescreen, I'm taking in more data to make up for the widescreen visuals. So maybe that's it. Let's let this settle for a second. I can see that if we're walking around and stuff, but if we're sat, static, that widescreen shouldn't be any problem. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Valentini. Oh, really? Okay. Well, it's just because there's not a lot of connection out here. But I can't imagine that, I mean, that's a good point, but I just can't imagine the widescreen's is the reason for that. See how windy it is. Look at those palm trees over there. Oh, did he? Has it gotten any better as far as the visuals? Is it sharpened up? That's Diamondhead Road. That is the way to Kahala. Still pixelated. Huh. Look at that dog. Well, let's go back. At least you can see it blurry in widescreen. Hopefully it'll get better. Boy, this is just not a good endorsement for YouTube. Such a bummer. And then the connection for Facebook or anybody, every cell phone cuts out right up here after the first lookout. So we'll go to the first lookout and then we'll go back onto Facebook. Well, water looks beautiful. Of course, you guys can't see it, but it's looks nice. Sorry you can't see that more clearly. It looks beautiful. Another view. It'd be good if you could you could see it. I thought I was able to determine last time that if we just stayed in one spot for a little bit. Remember we did that last time and it just snapped back too. It's because the connection and trying to do all types of downloading all types of data to bring the video to you guys. I think if we just stopped, but I don't know how long we have to stop and let it kind of settle itself. Oh, I'll bet you there's kite surfers out today. Oh, I hope it does clean up. If it doesn't clean up on YouTube, we'll go on to Facebook earlier. Well, I can't go early. I'll go as soon as I can onto Facebook. But with the wind like it is right now, there's probably kite surfers out there and those guys doing that were up there last time when we came over here. Boy, it is booming out there, man. So this is Diamondhead Loop Road. We went around the backside of Diamondhead to Queen Kapiolani College, Community College. Now we're coming back this way. This is going towards the lookouts on the front side of Diamondhead. Lookout's right up here on the left. Well, they got a new gate, looks like. Here you go. Is the quality any better? And there are no kite surfers out there. Maybe it's too windy for them. Thanks, J-Dog. If you're liking it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Anything's good. Any activity is good. Thumbs up or thumbs down. That boy's struggling. See him right there? He just got washed over. Oh, it's so beautiful out there. I don't think we'll see Molokai and Maui from here, but it'll be straight over that way if it is. We'll see up. I think we could get past that part of the lookout. We did that last time. And if you guys remember that walk I did, that surfer's walk, the concrete walk, it's up here. I can't get you up there because it cuts out before then, but it's it just walks down to the beach down here. This is the natural way. There's a dirt trail. I've not gone down that way, but that looks, it's more difficult than the concrete one. I can just tell you that. See if we can see a mongoose or something. There's usually mongoose all over here. This is where we kind of start to have a problem. Let's see how much. Isn't that beautiful though? There you go. Wide, 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 wide. Are you on a laptop, or I would leave the stream and come back? Since others are having good luck, maybe it'll help you. I'll hold this here for a little bit. There are whales out there, people. Promise you, we just can't see them. It's almost impossible to see them with these white caps like that, but you'll see them because their white caps are very different. It's just little spouts that go straight up a little bit. If you see like mist go across one of those white caps, that's what it is. But it's really tough. You have to sit here and stare at it. Make your eyes go kind of blind to the white caps themselves. But isn't that water just a beautiful, I don't know what color you'd call that. You can see where the reef is, or where it just drops off and it's all sand. That white light area out there, it's all white sand, like right here. And then it just goes back up and it drops down. That's that blue, very dark blue sapphire color. It's magic, man. All right, let's try not to lose connection here. Okay, there we are. So if you look, I'm gonna hold this really still. You can see Maui. I barely can see it. I don't think you guys will be able to see it. But Maui, Lanai, and Molokai are right over there. That's Shangri-La and Cromwell's Beach. I know, I'm tempted to often lose connection and reconnect it, because I think that is what just happened now, and it should be really, really clear now. It's just packet delivery. It's just data coming in. It just gets junked up. So I'll let you guys look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You see Cocoa Head over there on the far left. I'm sorry, not well. You can. It's on the far left. But that's Sonoma Bay Ridge. Shangri-La, Doris Duke's house is now a museum. Islamic Museum. Cromwell's is right in front of it. Look at all those. I could just stare at this, you know, knowing that there's cruise ships and cargo boats and catamarans and whales out there, and so much stuff in that ocean we don't even see, man. Beautiful. Thank you all again for the super chats. I'm going to end the stream here as soon as I turn to walk the other way across the parking lot. I'll walk as far as it'll let me go, but I just want to give you a little commentary between now and then. So thanks again for the super chats, Lance, Aussie Nightmare, Nighthawk. Is that it? Am I missing somebody? You can walk this beach all the way from here down to about Cromwell's. There are 3 areas down there that it's really kind of not sketchy, but it's just a very, unless the tide's super low, but you can wade out into about shin deep to waist deep water and get around the point and continue all the way down there to Cromwell's. Oh, you did one too, Hope? I didn't see it. Thank you very much, Hope. If I didn't call it out, I'm sorry I missed it. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Right now you can see a little bit more of the land over there. All right, let's tempt fate a little bit, and I'm going to walk over here to the side, and I'll show you like a lady. It's kind of a cool one shot. All right, go ahead, yeah, no problem. All right, guys, we'll sign off. I'll be back on in about 15 minutes. I'll just go on to Facebook for the way down. 4 L's. Hope you laugh, learn, love, and like the stream. One more for beautiful Lucille. She would appreciate it. If it's your first stream, hope it's not your last. If it's your last, you're going to miss Facebook in about 15 minutes. Aloha.